And today, just like you saw in the description, we're going to be talking about the DJI Power 1000 versus different power tools. Okay. And we're even going to try this massive 4.25 horsepower shop vac. So normally, if you're out in the field and you need to use power tools or something like that, what we've done in the past is we've used this guy right here, a Honda 2200 gas generator, right? Traditional generator, 2200 watt, 20 amp generator. That weighs about 55 pounds versus 28 pounds for the DJI Power 1000. So much lighter, and also 2200 watts. So 2200 watts for the DJI, 2200 watts for the Honda, what we call the putt putt. And so same wattage. I'm not sure the amperage is going to be the same. And this is kind of what we're here to find out. How much can you do with the DJI Power 1000? So what else can you do with it besides charging your drone batteries, your camera batteries, and that sort of thing? So without further ado, let's start out with, I think, the trusty angle grinder. So this guy is 4.3, it pulls 4.3 amps. This is a metal angle grinder. And so let me plug this guy in. So first of all, what we have to do is turn on the inverter, and it's just a quick tap and the lights will go green. And I'm already at 41% battery, so this isn't even a full battery charge. This displays an estimate of how many hours this will continue to run before it gets to zero. And then these are the two numbers that we should be paying attention to, which is the input and the output. Specifically, we're going to look at the output. How many watts this inverter is delivering through the outputs on it. So let's give this a try. All right, so there we go. So we got 200, 220. All right, so no problem there. No problem there. And so I know if I need to run my angle grinder, it's not a problem, can easily handle that. In fact, was only like, I think I saw a peak of 300 watts. So you can do 2200 watts on this guy. It, but more importantly, there is a 4400 watt peak. So if you have something like the shop vac that once you switch it on, might give you a spike in voltage or wattage in this case, it can handle that momentarily. So you can actually exceed 2200 watts, right? Um, my experience with the putt putt, with the gasoline, the Honda 2200 generator, is when it sees a spike, it shuts itself off. So in this case, actually, the win goes to the DJI Power 1000. Uh, it can resist the spikes much better because it has a 4400 watt peak. So before I jump on to the next power tool, just wanted to point out this is available right now. It's in stock. It is on our website under the Power Solutions category. Right now, it's available at $300 off and free ground shipping. So, and on our website, for you to get the free ground shipping, all you got to do is just select local, no, select use your own shipping account, and then just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, it's in the description there on our website, but it's available now. It's on our website. $300 off introductory pricing. I'm not sure how long they're going to keep that introductory pricing, but for now, that's what they're doing. So let's try the Jigsaw right here. It's a Craftsman Jigsaw. It actually pulls a little bit more amps, 5 amps, Then the angle grinder. So let's plug this guy in. All right, let me get that running. Here we go. So a little bit higher, pretty similar, maybe even a little bit higher peak um, on there. And we could try both at the same time because once again, we could push this all the way up to 2200 watts. And not only that, you can actually charge this, right? It passes through. So you can charge this at the same time as you're using the tools. This can be a computer with your hard drives, for example. It works as a UPS. So for your camera cart, this is really, really, really cool addition to your camera cart because you can be charging your camera batteries, you can be downloading footage, and if you can be charging the unit at the same time. Now, when it's working as a UPS, as a pass-through device, it is limited to 1500 watts. That may change in the future. I don't know if that's a software limitation, but in theory, this should easily be able to handle the jigsaw and the angle grinder at the same time. So let's give that a try. It's going to get really loud, and you're probably going to see that read close to 600. So, all right. So, as expected, that didn't even phase the unit. It was well below what we can be running even in a pass-through situation. Let's get those disconnected. The next challenger here is my Makita sander buffer. It's actually kind of more of a buffer. This is draws significantly more power and amperage. I believe this is a 10 amp motor. And let me get that guy plugged in. And I'm going to start at the 4 speed, and then I can actually boost that up all the way to full speed, 3000 revs per minute. So let's give it a try. So here we go, 3, 4, and now it's going to start pulling a little bit more. So somewhere around 400. Once again, no problem. Oh, the other important thing is not only can you just turn these things on, but how long you can actually use them, right? Because if you're going to be cutting a piece of metal, cutting a piece of wood out on location, for example, um, how long could you run your tools for? So since this is the one that is drawing 10 amps and a lot more wattage, let me turn that on. And when I do that, and after it stabilizes for a little bit, this little orange gauge here is actually going to give me how many hours of life we have left in the battery. So that's going to be, of course, dependent on the percentage. So right now we're at 40%. And let's see. So I hope you can hear me. So at close to 500 watts, we got 50 minutes of operation at 40%. So if this was at 100%, it would probably be over pretty close to maybe like 2 hours of operation. So obviously, if you're out in the field somewhere building a set or fixing a set, or whatever the reason is, you might need a power tool on set. Um, you'll that's easily enough time for you to fix and work with whatever you need. So with 2 hours constant of that big motor running, that means if you're running the grinder and maybe the jigsaw or a chop saw or something like that, uh, the saws you usually use for a minute at the maximum. So, I mean, you have hours of work that this can do for you. And now for the biggest challenge, which is the most powerful electric motor that I have here today, which is this 4.25 horsepower shop vac. Okay, so this draws a lot of power, a lot of amperage, and we should see that number shoot up quite a bit with this guy. So let me just grab the cord. Once again, quick stop to remind everybody, the DJI Power 1000, your new set buddy that should be on your cart, is available on the CineMilled website under Power Solutions product section on our website. You will see the Power 1000 there, or new products, you'll see it as well. It is currently $300 off, and with free ground shipping. So it ships directly from DJI to your house, $300 off, free ground shipping. And let's give this guy a try here. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in, and it's gonna get really loud because this guy is definitely on the loud side. And once that's running, if this doesn't shut off, how about I also turn on the buffer, the 10 amp buffer. So we'll see if it can handle both. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. Whoa, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 1200 watts. And now I'm going to add this guy. 1600 watts. We saw 1700 watts. All right, so that was, I think I saw a peak of like 1500 watts. Actually, it was 1700 watts there for a second, and then it stabilized at about 1500 watts. That's like 12 or 1300 watts from the shop vac, and then another 400 or so from the buffer. And I glanced at the hour gauge, right? If we were to run both of those at the same time with 40% left on the battery, it was saying we had another 38 minutes of runtime. So if that was at 100%, you can imagine it would easily give us an hour's worth of runtime at that very high rate of draw. Okay, so there you go. That proves one more time about all the different things you can do with the Power 1000 on your cart on set. It's not just for charging your drone batteries. It's not just for charging, plugging in your laptop and downloading footage. Uh, you can run a lot of LED lighting off of this. In fact, that's probably going to be another live I'll do in the future. I want to start plugging in different aperture lights into this and see at what point we can get it to give up, and also see how much runtime we'll have with different aperture lights. Because obviously, on sort of run and gun sets out there in the world, sort of documentary sets, one of the big uses for these batteries, besides charging your camera batteries and your laptops and that sort of thing, is going to be running lights, right? So there you go. So uh, even so, the most important thing about the DJI Power 1000, what really makes it different than EcoFlow Deltas and a lot of other uh, electric generating, I don't know what people are calling these now, electric power stations or whatever you want to call it. Electric generators is the term a lot of people are using. Um, the big difference between the DJI version, the Power 1000, and an EcoFlow Delta, for example, is the fact that when we charge this guy, it is virtually silent. So why is that important for us that are on set? Because you can have this on your cart, charging your laptop, downloading footage, powering your lights, and have it be quiet enough, even though it's getting charged and it's powering other things, have it to be quiet enough that you can roll camera, right? There is a video that is on the product page on our website that there is a audio demonstration on how quiet this is versus a EcoFlow Delta, and you can compare that to a Jackery, to, I don't know, there's a number of different brands out there now doing these electric generators, and none of them are as quiet as this DJI. And to me, that is what really makes this one different. Not to mention the 140 volt USB-C and the fast charging drone capability, drone battery capability that this unit will give you. So to finish off, if you're as surprised and excited to have this on your cart as I am, just head on down to our website, go to the Power Solutions tab, or just go to New Products, and you will find the Power 1000 on there, $300 off, free ground shipping, available now. Go get yours. All right, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. And we're gonna do some other stuff. Maybe the next thing that we'll try running is, I wonder if it's gonna run the entire camper. Do you think it's gonna be able to run the entire camper? Normally that thing runs off a 30 amp plug. You have fridges in there, you have air conditioning, you have microwaves. Let's give that a try next. Maybe we'll do that on the next live. And maybe we have a couple more challenges in the future. Definitely the aperture lights, we want to challenge it with that. And just want to keep figuring out what I can do with the Power 1000, what I can't do, what its limitations are in comparison to our traditional Honda 2200 putt-putt. All right, guys, and that's it. And I'll see you on the next one.